you talked about how you refine and whatnot. Are these camp practices, or is this just extra Ohio State, or a little bit of both?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, again, Ohio State didn't have to show too much yesterday, and I suspect tomorrow, if things are going well, they're not going to show too much. So we're not going to chase ghosts. We're just going to be fundamentally sound. And again, we have enough of our own issues right now that we have to fix. So that's our focus right now.
You obviously seem, frustrated the last couple of days with the, penalties, turnovers, all that stuff. How do you channel that frustration into turning that around?
Well, again, there are things that can be corrected. There's a lot of positives in that game, and I know if you're a Miami fan, it's tough to see through the trees, if you will. But the bottom line is that you can fix the turnovers and you can fix the penalties. But I thought we were in excellent shape. I thought we had a chance to win. At the end, we competed. Every time they fought or punched us, we counterpunched, and that's good. That's a good start. And so now we have to get the things that we've set out to fix. I think the conditioning is better, but now we got to set out to get the other things fixed, which are the penalties and the turnovers.
How much is going to help to be at home?
Again, I don't know. I mean, I know that you guys like writing about that stuff. For me, we got to take care of the 2 acres in the ball. We got to take care, no matter where we play. If we want to be a really good team, you got to go and play wherever. And I thought that was an excellent environment, and I didn't think it overwhelmed us. Obviously, it was a tough environment, and they got off to a good start, and they got it going. But then we fought back. We fought back and quieted it down. So, again, it's always nice to play home. I'm not saying it's not. We have great fans, loyal fans, rabid fans. But certainly, I don't want to develop the mindset that we play one way at home and another way on the road.
How is there any advantage you guys have about 10 days off before you play another game, and Ohio State plays Saturday? Is there any advantage there for you?
Yeah, maybe if we had material, but we really don't have any material, to go on. We don't know what they're doing. They've obviously have some suspensions too that we're trying to work through, and who's coming back and who isn't, and all those things. So I don't think it's as big a factor as you would want it to be, most particularly because we didn't get back till 6 a.m. on Tuesday. So if you practice again tomorrow, now you're talking about practicing something like 8 out of 9 days or 7 out of 8 days, and that's not good for your team right now either. So you can quickly go the other way. So I was pleased with today's effort. I thought we made some progress. So we'll take tomorrow off down and start a normal week.
Now, is there any update on Darius Johnson?
There's no update.
Still?
Again, it's that as soon as we hear back from the NCAA, like we did on the first one, we heard that the NCAA was going to release something at whatever time, 5 o'clock the first time, and you guys got it, within minutes. And as soon as we hear back from them on this issue, we'll do the same thing.
Is he still in school?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
No, Darius is going to graduate in December, so we're committed to make sure he continues his education. And again, I don't know what the NCAA investigation is going to yield. I have no information. I have no more information than you guys.
Blake Gills, any chance of him playing against Ohio State?
I don't know. It's been it's obviously it's a head injury, so we've been careful with it, and again, that's out of our hands as well.
You had a couple guys dinged up for the opener. Curtis Porter. How those guys returned to practice, and I guess how they looked?
Curtis has not returned, and again, that's been difficult, because Blake was a starter, Curtis was a starter, Sontrell was a starter, and then we threw in a bunch of suspensions on top of that. So we've been working through that. Obviously, there has to be some guys that have stepped up, that need to step up in his absence, and hopefully he'll get healthy here soon.
From an on-the-field leadership perspective, what does it mean to have guys like Sean and Marcus back?
Big. That's big. That was clearly absent in the game. I think JoJo did an excellent job, but that was clearly a big part of. And again, you got to give Maryland a lot of credit. They knew we didn't have depth. They knew we didn't have leadership, and those are the two things that they went after. They made us run side to side early in the game, just to chase the ball, because they knew at that game we didn't have many replacements, and they made all the formations extraordinarily difficult, exotics almost, because we really didn't have the guys that get us in the right situation out there.
How's the attitude of the offensive line been this week? I know you said they weren't up to standard.
No, they're not. They weren't up to standard, and they've been challenged. And again, part of that is the way we played up front. Part of that is the tight ends in that mix. And also part of that is staying on schedule. You know, you can't keep getting penalties because then you have to abort your run and play action game, and you end up being a drop back team. You know, and that's really not who we are right now. And so that had a big impact on the game. It really did. It had a huge impact on the game that we were left in second and longs and third and longs, and we don't want to be that type of team. And that's it. Hopefully the lessons learned. That's my job to get it fixed.
Al, you said you're off tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Is that-
Yeah, the players are off, yeah.
Is that kind of I think that's a change from what we were told. Is that a reward, or is it just
No, I was gonna
or-
wait to see how it moved along, and also, you know, just I had scheduled it originally. You know, I left the block there originally because I didn't know where we were going to be with the investigation either. You know, if we were going to play all those young guys again, then we probably would have needed tomorrow. But clearly, we have some relief with the guys returning, and hopefully we'll get some more with a couple of injured guys being okay to play. Casey Rogers included. He was going to start for us on 3 special teams, and had an injury 2 days before the game, so that was tough to overcome as well.
And then Sunday would just start like a normal Saturday game week.
Correct.
Is Travis going to be your punt returner, Al?
He's competing with Phillip right now. Again, I've been pleased with Phillip Dorsett, both as a punt returner, kick returner, and what he's doing for us in the slot and as a Z. So, pretty good competition going on right there right now.
Is JoJo just going to be playing safety, or will he maybe see some action at cornerback?
Again, if we get to that point at corner, JoJo could always go out there, but right now he's playing safety, and he was one of our brightest spots on defense the other night, and he's really doing a good job leading, and you know, he's been a real pleasant surprise for us because we moved him back. We didn't move him to safety until we got ready for this game.
You've mentioned you want to get more touches for Lamar. Is Travis in that same
Benjamin?
in the same conversation of trying to get him touches various ways?
Yeah, well, I hope we get him more than we got him last week. You know, that's for sure. I mean, so again, you know, those 2 guys, you know, on kick returns and punt returns, and certainly, you know, Lamar out of the backfield. We want to make sure that those 2 guys touch the ball, as we want to make sure our tight ends get involved as well too.
Yeah, it was such a strange game up there last year. There's just fluky plays and weird plays and just sloppy ball both ways, you know, on both sides.
Yeah.
Can you glean anything from that tape?
Well, just personnel. You know, we're starting to get a fix on who they are from a personnel standpoint, and it's impressive. It's impressive because it's the combination of you know, talent, you know, speed, and toughness. It really is. They are a rugged team. They're tough. They try to make it into one-on-one battles. You know, so I'm learning a lot more about them, and we're seeing how they're developing this year in terms of their personnel. And but we could certainly glean the personnel aspects of it. I think have changed more on offense and defense and special teams than they have or they will. But again, we had to show every card we had Monday night playing an ACC game, and I don't believe they've shown many cards at all to this junction.
A couple more guys.
Just about the play of Streeter and Hearns, and do you see them getting bigger roles?
Yeah. First of all, Hearns is in a different league right now because Hearns is in tremendous condition, and he's a finisher. And right now, he's a really reliable player every day. He's very consistent. Streeter has made tremendous progress, and that was evident in the game. Not just, you know, basket catches, but tough catches in traffic. So he's made a lot of progress. Now, he has got to develop, they all have to develop the consistency and the mental toughness and the approach that Alan Hearns has. He is the model for us right now at wide receiver in terms of what we're looking for. Very unselfish player. He'll block. He'll clear it out when he's not getting the ball. When he does get the ball, he tucks it away. He's physical. He's not afraid to lay out for balls, and so we need more guys doing that. And I think Streeter's in the right, going in the right direction. Okay, and I think that was evident the other night. But I really think he has to take the next step now, push his threshold a little bit more this week.
Where does that leave LaRon Bird at?
Same thing. You know, I mean, again, we're not we're carrying 6 to the game, I believe, right now. Rashawn, LaRon, Street, Kendall, Phillip, and Travis. So those are the 6 that we carried, and there's a lot of competition. And Rashawn and Phillip Dorsett are making it hard. They're really making it hard right now. Phillip's had a good week. You know, he was thrust into the spotlight last week because of that, and it doesn't look like he wants to get out of the spotlight. So it's going to be interesting to see how that develops here this week.
There are a lot of freshmen that had to play obviously against Maryland on defense. Do you see certain guys getting more action this game even with the people who are returning?
Well, I think Chicolo is, you know, he's fighting for a starting job right now, and Olsen, Grimmel, certainly they should be in the mix. Darius Smith, not a freshman but a first timer, did some good things in the game, so he's competing for a starting job. I think Denzel Perryman, to be honest with you, really showed up. He did a really good job for us. He's got a good approach. You know, I think he studies. You know, when you ask him questions about the game plan or about special teams, he has the answers. And I think the coaches on defense are confident that he is a guy who prepares. So, and when he was in there the other night, he did a really good job. Did a really good job for a first timer being out there. So, those are the guys. And then there's a whole boatload of them on special teams that will continue to compete.
Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about the challenge for a coach when you go through a training camp and you have a feeling for what you think is going to happen in the game, and then the lights go on and it's different.
Yeah, Gary, I mean, again, it's been different for about 15 days now, to be quite honest with you, 16 days. So every day's been different. So again, as I told the team and as I said to you guys after the game, there are no excuses, there are no moral victories. We had enough talent there to win. If we controlled the things that generally causes teams to lose, we would have had a better chance to win. It's as simple as that. If we had one less penalty, one less turnover, could have impacted the game greatly. So in terms of me, I'm just going to keep putting my head down and going. But there wasn't really, over the last, I don't know how many days, 16, 17 days, where it never looked the same. Really from that Monday on, it never really looked the same for us. And at least we have now, 8 or 9 days here to work with a group that we know is going to be with us, and then we'll go from there.